Good afternoon. It is Friday, May the 8th, and the most confusing bank holiday that I've ever experienced, only because I didn't actually know it was a bank holiday until yesterday. I thought it was bank holiday last Monday, but that shows how much I've been out, which is not very much at all. So, yeah, today is 75 years since VE Day, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's victory for Europe. It was another few years before VJ Day. So I posted a photo earlier of my grandmother, and she would have been 2 days shy of her 20th birthday for VE Day. And I do remember her telling me the story, but I think it sort of was mostly that she was drunk on VE Day. I think at that point, she had been evacuated as a teenager during the war with her two brothers to Norfolk, and she then came home a few years later, and I think the brothers stayed in Norfolk while she worked in London, where she lived. And I don't believe she went to Trafalgar Square, though. I'm not sure. I have to see if I wrote it down somewhere. I wish now that actually I'd recorded her speaking, like a few friends have done with different relatives, because it would be lovely to hear her voice, and B, it would be lovely to have those memories. I have spent some of the day looking on ancestry.co.uk, because I believe it's free for 48 hours, where you can put in different family members and you can see what role they had, if any, if you don't know, during the Second World War. So it's interesting thing, because there is lots online today about the people and about sort of celebrating VE Day. Now, I'm in two minds. I sort of, for Armistice Day as well, Poppy Day, I do the 2 minute silence, and I did this morning as well. But that silence isn't for those in charge, and that silence certainly isn't for those that have sent children in previous wars, like cannon fodder, to be gunned down, like a lot of governments do. That is for the people that fought fascism. But it's a complicated thing, isn't it? Because Churchill and others are seen as these great figureheads. And Churchill was a raging racist. If some of you are shouting at the screen right now, just go and Google Churchill, and it'll even come up on the BBC page. And there are many, many leaders that are seen as amazing figureheads. And he was what the British needed, but he was put in place because he was a figurehead. He kind of, unsurprisingly, looked like an English bulldog. It was a great social media and propaganda is the word I'm looking for, propaganda thing to do. And it was for fascism, but fascism still exists to this day, and we still need to carry on fighting in all the different ways that it does. I do commemorate those and give thanks to those that fought at home and abroad during the Second World War, but there was also many people, even within the German people, that were made to do things that they didn't want to do. And I guess that's the same for all wars. We make a lot out of, we do, and we should commemorate those that have fought and died for our freedoms. However, those freedoms should always be there in the first place anyway. And, there's a lot of politics surrounding wars that should have been finished lots quicker, wars that shouldn't have happened. And in principle, I believe in peace, and I believe in not in war. So it was kind of a bit political then, and it's hard not to be, because when it was the commemoration of 100 years since the end of First World War, I had a look at a map for my local area, and the amount of children, amount of boys, young men that were under the age of 21 that had passed away in the local area was frightening. It was, it must have been a whole generation. And the Second World War, there's lots of people that lose, and I think everybody in war actually loses. Yes, I know it was a fight against fascism and Nazism, and that is something we should still fight today. However, sending young people to fight something that the higher ups maybe could have stopped at some point before it got to that. They knew what Nazi Germany was doing beforehand, but anyway, I am proud of all those from all the countries that Allied countries, and those actually that were countries that were fascism, because it's difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes I feel like Imperial Britain doesn't need to let go as such, but does need to move on and needs to learn the lessons from what went on. But anyway, that's that. I'm not going to chat about that anymore. So it's Frock Friday. It is my grandmother's birthday weekend, so my flowers arrived today from Blooming Desires and there is an iris there and a rose there and Blooming Desires in South Norwood, and aren't they pretty? So I'm very happy that I got myself commemorative flowers to remember her by over the next few days. It's Frock Friday, so because of the bouquet of flowers, I thought I'd wear a nice flowery bird dress, which I wore, I think, I wore last year. And there's a lovely photo of myself and a friend, Claire, on the beach in Blackpool, paddling in the sea with this dress on. But yeah, I hope you're all having a nice Bank Holiday Friday. No, I actually worked out it was Bank Holiday Friday. And it is a nice day to remember those that, for us, the grandparents that were in the war, and look at different photos. Imagine what it would have been like for life for them. I probably think, like a lot of us nowadays anyway, they went and got pissed and spent the whole day pissed for VE Day. And yeah, you have a lovely Friday. I think the weather's going to be nice today, and then tomorrow it's all right, and then Sunday I think the weather changes. Hope you're all doing all right and enjoying the day, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye guys.